And the warmest of welcomes to you, my friends. It's Monday the 30th and it's Boat Extras, and we are ongoing with this heater. So we have a new position for it, as you can see there. That is the new position, and I'm currently bending the exhaust into a position whereby we can exit safely, and we've also got to put the new exhaust, not the existing, not the exhaust that comes with it, although I might actually use it, funny enough, because they've both got little exit holes for the condensation, as you can see, and that one is a beefier one, a better one than the small tinny ones, because they do leak apparently to those. I need to check that. So, and this one doesn't, because it's, as you can see, it's folded over. Some of those they can actually leak, as I've seen on YouTube. So people have gone for this one. They're not expensive, but they are definitely more substantial. Anyway, so that will be positioned down the back of there, like so. And you can see my two markers where that is going to go. So I'm going to make an incision on the first one around there, so then that one then can connect to that, and I can push that along and then use the other end of it and then connect to that. And so my idea is that that will do a loop of some form or another, and hopefully either exit here or here. I think probably here, because that's the rubbing straight, the upper rubbing straight, and if I go sort of around here, then that acts like a sort of a lip over the top of it, and the condensation should well, in fact, thinking about it, I'd have to come quite low down around here. I might go further up, but either way, everybody that I've watched on YouTube has got a loop whereby it exits with the highest point of the exhaust being up here, and then it exits down here. So I don't know, I'm not sure why that's the case. Maybe it's because they're thinking that water, if there's any ingress of water, it can't go into the exhaust down and into the system itself. So I'm thinking that that's probably the reason for that. So providing I have the exhaust higher than the exit, we should be okay. But I'm thinking it's going to be somewhere around here where the exit's going to be. So my first job is to make an incision there. I'm happy with the way that that's going around there. It's not touching anything. Obviously that's going to be a lot lower. It's going to be sort of around that sort of height there, like so, but it's not touching anything, so that'll be okay. I'm pretty sure that'll be fine. Right, so let's get cracking. See you shortly. Okay, chaps and chapesses, little update. So, starting to wire things up a bit at the moment. Exhaust I've shaped like so. So the idea of this exhaust is to obviously go up there, around the back. It's going to support itself with weight wise. It'll just be in the air, and then it's going to go around the back, as you know, and it's going to be connected to wherever the exhaust has disappeared to. There it is. And then this shape here is going to connect to the other side, and then it's going to exit the boat either under or over that rubbing straight. I haven't decided what yet, so that's going to be the next bit, but I can't do that because I need a flange to go over the end of the cut edges to go onto the exhaust, because this exhaust, because it's heavy duty, it won't connect over there without one of those flat flanges, so you can buy those. I've ordered them and they're coming from Amazon tomorrow. So unfortunately, as per usual, I can't connect things up until those arrive. They're not expensive, they're only £8, something like that, for what I require. So that's going to stay there. So the wire inside of it, and also the fuel pump, that's in its rightful place. I have decided, I haven't got the tank, it's down below, it's down there because I'm going to make a box for it, but I've decided that the tank can go here, in this area here, and then the fuel line can just either loop over the top of there or go through there. I haven't decided yet, but that's what I'm currently just about to do now, is to make a little box section so it just slots into there, because don't forget, this has to be an area where you can lift it up and gain access at a moment's notice with the seating over there. So it's just as easy to move the seat, have a look at the tank, and then just obviously fill it or what have you, because gas is going to be stored there as well as the fuel, and that's safe enough, and it's away from everything, it's away from the exhaust, so I can't see a problem it being there. So that's my next job, is to do make a box for that, and then I'm going to put the air intake, I'm going to feed that around through here and out here, and then just have it sort of attached to here maybe, or just underneath here attached to there, because as you all say, you know, it doesn't have to be fresh air, it can be normal air. It'll be probably warm air from the engine anyway, so that will be good because it's going to get burnt inside there. I've just put that up there temporarily. It's not going to live there, because at some point in this episode I'm hoping to be able to crank her up and see if she works. So that eventually will obviously go around the back and sort of come around here. I haven't decided where positionally wise, but for now that's just screwed onto there, so then we can just have a go and see if there's any hot zones or any dangerous areas, and then we can rectify them. But I'm happy with the progress up to now. So that's a little update for you, and I will go down there and do a bit more work. So I'll see you shortly. Okay, welcome back. So what I've done now is I'm just trying a bit of an experiment, and I think it might work, because I think the battery tray area is big enough for 2 batteries and what I've put in here. So I've put a box there. I was going to put the fuel tank there, and I can still do that actually, but I just thought if I put that there, I should by rights have enough for at least 2 batteries to go there. And my theory is that this obviously where I'm stood now, there is the hatch. I could gain access to that tank, and that just slides in there, but that little top there just is snugly fit, and it just, if you push it in, it doesn't come out. So that's my idea for that, and it's encased, it's protected. I can see at a glance how much fuel's in it, obviously, because I've left this open, and all I need to do is connect the pipe to it there, and I can slide it out. Whoops. I might have to take it slightly higher, I'm not so sure yet. Just trying to think. No, I don't, because so long as the fuel pump is lower than that, which it is, we should be good to go. So the pipe actually could come along here, around here and into there. That's the theory anyway. I was going to put it the other way around, but I wouldn't be able to see it then. And I think that's so far so good. Like I say, we're going to try it There's nothing lost with the way that it's currently at the moment, because there's no tub involved. But I think, you know, ergonomically it's fine. Get to it through this way, pull it out that way. So long as I have enough fuel pipe available, I can pull it out this way, fill it up, slot it back in, off and running again. So there we go. So I've run out of time. So I will, I keep saying so, don't I? Yes, I do. Right, I will call it a day. I will go home, and hopefully I will be back tomorrow, Tuesday, with those pipes that I've bought off Amazon. Hopefully they'll arrive sort of 1 o'clock-ish. We're in the hands of Amazon. And if so, then I can get back and I can connect up the exhaust side of things, and then we'll put the air intake one. We'll put that on, and then we'll decide where we're going to put the heat pipe running out of there. I've got a right angle. I could come down here. It can just drop down and go that way. I think that's going to be the easiest part, to be honest. We could put a battery there, and then we can, well, we can test it, see if it works. I've got plenty of fuel. I know that fuel is quite old, but surprisingly it doesn't smell off, and it doesn't smell, it looks clear. So we'll give it a go. It's a diesel heater. I'm sure if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But we can give it a bash anyway. I've got a battery down there. You see, that's the original leisure battery, as you can see over there. So that, if you imagine that being here, I think we can definitely get 2 batteries there without it causing any trouble. I think we'd be all right. Anyway, so far I'm happy with what I've done. So until tomorrow, I'll see you later. Tuesday the 31st, last day of March. I'm pleased to say that we have actually got a delivery from Amazon of what I'm hoping will fit the exhaust, because if it doesn't, then it's going to stress me out, and I don't normally get stressed, but I'm hoping that this little package together with another one are going to connect everything nicely together. So let's get aboard and quickly have a look. I'll get my water up there, get all my ducks in a row, and well, we'll continue where we left off yesterday, which was a good day. Fingers crossed this afternoon will be equally as good. So I'll climb aboard. I'll meet you up there. Bye for now. Right, let's have a look at these. Come on, fingers crossed. Now they are 90 degrees, and I need at least 2 of them not 90 degrees, and I'm hoping that without destroying them, they are flimsy, I can straighten these up. Maybe if I oh yes, perfect, that's excellent. Right, okay, that's good. So that means that will go on. Yes. So what we need to do now is we need to straighten it. And if I leave them in there and there, that will stop them from buckling at the edge. There we go. That'll do. I think that looks bloody marvellous, that. Though I say it myself. Yep, I'm happy with that. Right, well. Now, this one. So the next one needs to, I need to straighten the next one. So I'll do the same with the next one. Sorry, you're looking at my rear end. Put that on there, that on there. Straighten that baby up. Look, I mean, it's a little bit on the skew, but hey, do you know what? Jubileed up with some exhaust gasket, perfect. Right, we're cooking on gas so far. That and that is good to go. I think what I'll do now is I'll connect all those up. Because they've been, there's no reason why I can't now. Put this little Meccano set together. It's not going to affect the exit. No, it's not. Right, guys. Where's my gasket stuff? Oh, do you know what? What's the betting? What's the betting? It's down there. Of course it'll be down there. Why wouldn't it be down there? I don't know why I'm taking you with me, but... Oh dear me, so funny. Right, okay. I'll carry on talking to myself and I'll work at the same time and I'll let you know when I've got sort of half done. See you. Oh, have a cup of tea or coffee. Right, well, I thought I'd set everything out for you so then you know what I've done and whether you want to follow suit if you decide you wanted to put a diesel heater in. This is the method of which I am going down. So here we are. This is going to be the overall shape and setup. So obviously that's going to go on there and that's going to go in there like so. They're going to go on each one of those. That gasket Holtz mastic, that's going to be smeared around the joints on every part. And because this is fragile, I know we're going to be clamping it, but I'm also going to use some heat tape to go around it first and then put the Jubilee clip on it as well on this side and on this side when that connects to that there, just to make sure there's no leaks. So that's the plan of action. So that's what I'll crack on with, and then I'll show you the next step of the belt and braces method that I'm going to use, and well, you'll see. So I'm going to put you on your perch, I'm going to put the radio on, and I'm going to get to work. See you shortly. Okay, so I've got it together. Hopefully you can see the shape of it. I don't know where you can see it better that way. There. So obviously the heater is there. That slots onto there, and then it travels around through the joint into there. More importantly, the holes that are underneath there, that is for the condensation to drop, and then the exhaust gases continue along there, up and over, and then out of the side of the boat. That is the scheme of things. Fingers crossed it works. So I'm going to take that up there and hopefully try and fit it into place. Wish me luck. Alright, so this is how far I've got. I haven't connected this. I have put it behind there and checked the shape of it, and everything seems to be okay. But what I do need to do is I've got some lagging that I need to put around it and strap it with some stainless steel straps all the way around it, so then it protects it, protects the boat behind there for when it comes around there and then up and up and out. So what I've done in the meantime is I've connected the fuel system up, which is now, I'll show you underneath first. You can see clearly that the fuel system is connected down there, and I've got it going down there and then underneath this box here, as you can see, and it's coming out of here, so it's safely out of the way. It's not going to get knocked in any way. And also the reason why I've curled it, well, I haven't curled it, it was naturally curled, but I needed that flex in order to slide that out, obviously fill it up, put it back, and I've got that room in order to pull it out and do it, because remember, I can't fill it from the top because the tub finishes here and it's all covered in white, so I can't gain access to it from the top, so I have to pull it out this way. And I've got plenty of room in which to do it. As you can see, I've pulled it right out. I can twist it back round, put it in. That stops it from coming out because it's a snug fit. And that's that. That obviously is the earth wire, which will now go to the battery. That is now the right sort of size. I'll just shorten this a bit. There we are. That is obviously the live. It is fused as well, so that's good. So those two are ready to be connected up. So tomorrow, being Wednesday, I can lag this and I can start connecting that up, and then I might have to be a bit brave and start cutting a hole in the side of the boat. Yes. I think I'm going to probably do it further up. Oh, also you can see that the air that it's drawing into the combustion chamber is going through here and to there. That's where I originally I didn't originally like it. It was going to go over there next to that over there, but I quite like it over there. So there's so I'm very happy with that. Even though it doesn't have to be clean air, I think, you know, I'm happy with it being over there, so it can draw any of the air that's around here, because it'll be travelling through there anyway, and it can take the air from there as well. So I'm very happy with that. So there we go. So we've just got this to fiddle around with now. We can get that into place, and then we've got the big tube that goes on here, and then we'll have to sort of figure out how we're going to shape that out of there. So there we are. Also, I'll just do this for Aaron. Aaron's a fairly new subscriber, and he wanted to know where the stopcock of this boat is. So although I've sent him some pictures, I will show you there, Aaron. That is where it actually goes into it. You can see obviously the circumference of the tube itself that the water comes through, and now what I will do is I'll go underneath the boat and I'll show you the protection that covers the inlet as well, so then it gives you a good idea, because I know you're going under your boat in the water in the canal some point this weekend, so I will do my utmost to get this on before you do it, so then you know what you're looking for. So stay tuned on that one. I will go down there now and I will film it for you. So there we are. So I think I shall call it a day for today. I'm not so sure what time it is now, but all the businesses around here have gone quiet, so I reckon it must be 5 o'clock plus. It is, it's 5:45, so there we go. Right, okay, well, I'm quite happy with what's happened up to now. I know it's a drawn out thing and it's probably not what people want to watch, but it's starting to take shape. I'm very happy with the position of it. I would like to get it going at some point if I can, this episode, just to satisfy myself that I've connected everything up correctly. There is no heat spots, real, strong heat spots, and everything, hopefully will tick over smoothly, and then I can forget about it, and then we can concentrate on the next job in hand, which, well, I think it's probably going to be the fuel tank. I need to get that cleaned up. I'm going to invest in a jet wash. I have had many a jet wash, and like most of my things, I think the last person I lent my jet wash to was my daughter, who then passed it over to my son, and I think he killed it. So there you go. So lesson learned, just be careful who you lend your stuff out to. Right, there we are. So I'm going to have to get a new one, and I think I'll jet wash the inside because it's stainless steel when all's said and done, and that should get most of the stuff out. So until then, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Right, Aaron, I'll just show you underneath the boat here. It's been a while since I've been under here. God knows what I'm going to find under here. There we are. That's exactly what it looks like. What's it made of? So it's cast. It's made of metal. I don't know whether I can get right in there to see in there. And it would take some knocking to get it off, but the veins aren't that big. So hopefully it's still attached, yours, but it could be that it's all clogged up in there maybe. Like you say, it needs a good rodding, I would say. Does that if it's still there. So there you are. That's that. So I hope that helps. It's going to take me ages to get out of here now. Bye for now. God. And a warm welcome back to, well, it's Wednesday the 1st of April, and it's April Fool's Day, and thank goodness nobody around here has done that to me today, so, and I'm not going to do it to you either, so that's marvellous. Right, so anyway, what am I doing this morning? Well, it's not morning actually, it's about lunchtime. So I've got some of this heat resistant tubing that I think will go along the piping and along there, just to cover that nicely, and then I need to decide what I'm going to lag that with as well. And I do have some of, I have got some piping or lagging, as the case may be, somewhere. So that's my first job, because it's an easy job, and I'm hoping I've got my stainless steel zip ties that I can use as well, because that'll come in handy. And then we'll plough on to putting the whatever it's called. My brain's not working yet. Here we are. We'll get that into position. Obviously the size of that now, I don't think we need it all. In fact, no. I was thinking maybe that. I know it comes out further, but anyway. Right, so I'll crack on with that, and I will see you shortly when I've got it all in situ. Bye for now. Okay, right, several hours later. It's been hard work as this, but anyway, I've not cut through the hull yet, I hasten to add, but everything is now completely wrapped in fire retardant and heat resistant. It's got 2 layers actually. It's got a sleeve, a black sleeve as you saw, and now it's also got this stuff here that goes around exhausts. That's going all the way around, with the exception of the box itself, because the box is free from touching anything. I've also come up with an idea of using some of these brackets here. If I've got one as a suggestion, these, just to hold it in place, but also to use some of the black corrugated heat channel just to tuck around it as well, to also give it that extra protection on all where the brackets are. That's just a loose one, but there's one down there as you can see, and there's also one there just in case. There, or the pipe's not actually touching, but if I put a bracket on it, if I put a sort of clip on it or something to hold it into place, it's not physically touching. So you've seen that already. That's in place. That's now attached. I don't need this piece that I took my time in making for it, because it's naturally going down and then it's going to go through and out through the step, I think, or it could go through there. I haven't made that decision, because at the end of the day we've got plenty to go at. You can angle it so it goes in there, so yeah, we've got plenty to go at. So I think the next job, I've run out of time as usual, is to go through the hole there next and get that fitted. And then once that's, well, once we've drilled the hole and we've pushed it through, there's no reason why we can't put a battery there and test it to see whether it whether I've got it all right or whether I've got it all wrong. So until that happens, stay tuned. I'm determined to get it done before the weekend and get it switched on, and then I'll put it on. So until then, well, have a good evening. We're fast approaching Easter, aren't we? So I need to get my skates on, and hopefully I'll be back here tomorrow to carry on. Bye for now. And a warm welcome back. It is Thursday afternoon, and I think this job, the first job we need to do, is drill a hole in the side of the boat. While I've got a positive mental attitude, there's going to be a hole put in this boat, and the hole is going to be about there. That's where I think it's going to go. So I'm going to put a small pilot hole in there, and I think I might tackle the hole from the outside in, so then it leaves a nice neat hole. So stay tuned. I'm not going to film it. because I'm scared. Anyway, stay tuned and we'll be back. Bye for now. Right, I've committed harikari. The hole is cut, and there it is. Sort of halfway between there and there, actually. So that fits with the room all the way around, like so. I think that looks rather neat, and it's quite flush. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to mask all the way around. Well, I'm going to mask around, and then I'm going to mark where the holes are. Got to establish actually, sorry, I've got to establish which way I'm going to have that. I think I'll probably have it upwards, like so, and then the fitment then could actually fit that way, but I'll need to just check that first, I think. So I'm just going to mask it onto it so it doesn't move, and then I'm going to go into the boat and then establish whether that is the right position for it. Stay tuned. Right, so my initial thoughts seems to be, I think that this has to, just bending it around a little bit more, I think this is going to have to sort of come out and then go to our left as we're looking at it to meet with this, because if I have it too far up, this is going to be too acute, and it's also going to come out further than this, because this needs to be a finish edge. So we might end up with a problem there of it being too close to anything. So I think this is where it's going to have to end up. I mean, I can still bend it up a bit so it gives us a little bit of a higher situation. I can bend it, you know, but I think this is ultimately, I think this has got to sort of fit like that. That's my theory. So I'm going to go with that, I think. So I'm going to put some pilot holes in. I'm going to mask up round the other side, put some pilot holes in, and then put some bolts in, and then we're going to loose fit it, because ultimately the boat has still got to have more paint put on both sides of the hull. So I don't want to completely fully fit it and put gasket stuff around here, etc. I just want to get it fitted to a point whereby we can try it out to see if it works. So, which will be probably tomorrow, because I need to charge a battery up, put a battery there, and get it wired up properly, and then we're all good to go. So, cutting it fine to getting a video out for weekend, but you know, there's a good chance we could get this fired up. So I'm going to go out there and just do that job now. So stay tuned. Alrighty. So that is connected now, as you can see, through the hole. That's loose. That's a really tight snug fit actually, so it'll be fine for what we need to do to crank it up. But more importantly, I've managed to get that to be clear of here. And I've also raised it because, from what I can gather, I watched somebody who tests, you know, like these MOT boat, when you have your boat certificated. I watched a guy that actually does the certifications, and from what I can gather, there is a lot more to these than meets the eye. For example, the standard exhaust that these Chinese heaters come with, where did I put that? Somewhere I put it. I don't know where I put it. I need to show you, typical, isn't it, when you want something. Where did I put the damn thing? Well, I'll switch. I'll find it and I'll discuss it with you, because it is important. They are not suitable for a boat, and the reason for them not being suitable for a boat is they are press fit around the edges, which means if you get hold of one of those and blow into it and cover the little hole underneath, it blows all the way through. And even better, if you just mask off that little hole underneath and you fill it full of water, it seeps through everywhere. So they are not, those exhausts are designed to be on the exterior of a property and not on the interior of a property. And you would get a fail on a boat for definite with one of those on. So the one that I bought, as you've already seen, is a sealed unit with 2 holes underneath for drainage. But the way that I've S-shaped it, providing that you have got your exhaust higher than its exit, so if there is bad weather and it drives to this side of the hull, then the water can't drive its way. It can't go upwards. It can only settle in the entrance of it. And also, if there, by a sheer remote chance, there is something that actually manages to get over there, there is 2 holes at the bottom of that exhaust system, because don't forget, that is higher than the other area, so and there's 2 holes, and they would drain out anyway. So there's no fear of it getting into the heater itself. But these are the things that I've got to consider, because you will get a fail on your boat that I have established. And also, I have to say that I may even still get a fail on the boat, because from what I can gather, the new regulations for these heaters is that you have to have CE certifications for the actual tanks and the fuel pipes as well. This is not. So it'll be interesting to see whether I get away with this system or whether I have to end up changing it, because these pipes are meant to be metal. I know they're definitely meant to be metal if they're going into your main tank, but it'll be interesting to see whether I get away with it. It's worth a shot, because I'm hoping that it's safe as it is, but you know, at the end of the day, I'm not the one that gives it the MOT. It's somebody else that does that. And also, which is another thing that was interesting as well, is that even though the pipe that leads into the combustion chamber, you say that, you know, you can have it just anywhere within inside the boat, they are saying that it needs to be near fresh air, even though you know, quite a lot of people say that it isn't. From what I can gather, this guy has said that ideally it needs to be where fresh air is located, and it has to be more than 20 centimeters away from the exhaust as well. So fortunately for me, I've obviously got things spaced out, and that's about it really. So we need to charge the battery, we need to stick some fuel in there, and with a bit of luck, the reason why I'm not going to spark it up tonight is because I am waiting for one of those, you know, those pizza oven guns where you can test the temperature. I've got one of those on order from Amazon, and it's not coming till tomorrow. And I want, when I get this thing going, fingers crossed they will, I want to be able to check the exhaust system and see, check the temperatures around to see how well it's coping, because I don't want any hot zones around the boat, because it's fiberglass and it's wood, and I don't want, you know, to build. You might think, oh, just get it built, but there's no point me putting a tub in and building the sides up and blocking everything in, even though I will have access points to these areas. the more things I put, it was difficult climbing underneath as it is without the tub being in. So I want to make sure that everything is cool around these areas before I start installing the tub and everything else. So there we go. Right, so until well, what am I going to do now? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go down there and I'm going to dismantle some of the embellishments off that the main fuel tank. That's what I'm going to do, and I will also show you the exterior of where that exhaust comes out. So we'll go down there and we'll have a look what we're going to be doing next. See you in a minute. Right, there we are. That's what it looks like. The gasket on the edge. So that is obviously going to be the hottest part, which is not touching anything, as you can see inside there. This should remain quite cool, but we'll find that out tomorrow when we hopefully crank it up. See what it's like. But I'm liking that. Looks good on the side of the boat. Can't beat a bit of chrome work, can you? And then this summer, this side, well, this side and the other side needs to get painted, as does the rear, that's never had any paint on it at all, apart from the undercoat. But this is all flatted down, all down here. That's ready for a top coat. So in all, the years that I've had it, this has had it's had 2 coats, this, so it'll be on its 3rd and final coat. So it should by rights look, I mean, it looked great before, but you know, I painted it too soon, to be perfectly honest. But it's you know, the finish was pretty good, as you can see, but it gets scarred. So I think this time when I paint it all, I'm going to put some protection around here, because this is the area where, you know, you're dragging stuff around and you hit it and what have you. But I'm hoping that 90% of the work will be done inside there, and then I can concentrate on doing this, because all the rubbing straights, as you well know, is all complete. So yeah, it's getting to a point where obviously we've got the windows to carry on, but that's the upper deck, isn't it? But it's definitely starting to look like a boat. I would say we're definitely well over the halfway stage anyway. I hope so anyway. Right, enough talking. I'm going to crack on. I'm going to put that back on here, and I'm going to start taking a few bits off this tank to see what's what. So go and have yourself a cup of tea or a coffee, and I will see you after I've tackled some of these jobs. And I'm going to put you back on this ever such familiar perch. Stay tuned. Okay, so I've got this dismantled, Exhibit A. Obviously that was in there, and that's the float together with the pipes that lead to the engine. They're obviously pressurized. So I need to check to see whether that there is working okay. No reason why it shouldn't, but I need to just check to make sure it's okay. That float seems to be okay. It doesn't look like it's split in any way. That was leading to something, I don't know what, but that lived there. So that wants cleaning up. I don't know whether it was a breather or it actually was something that led to something. I don't actually know. This needs cleaning up. I couldn't get that off because it's all rounded off. That there, which is obviously the drain. So I don't know whether to leave that and just clean it up where it is. I've taken obviously the innards out so I can clean it all out. I'll let you have a look inside because I've got a decent light this time, so we can shine it that way. If I look on that screen myself, there you can see there is a bit of rubbish there. If I can show you this, hold on a minute, try that. You can see where the exit, you know where that soil, the pipe underneath is, underneath here. You can see there's a lot of rubbish that's congregated around. I'm trying to get the light, there you are, you can just about see it there, can't you? Just around there, but generally speaking it's not overly bad in there. You know, it's a bit manky, yeah, but it should be after 10 years or plus. I don't know whether I can get any. I think it's worse in that bit. Can I can't see myself, there we go. See what I mean? It's quite dirty in there. So I think if I take that home with me, I can jet wash it, can't I? Clean it all out on the inside and flush it all out. I mean, there's not much in there anyway, but I don't think that'll do it any harm at all. That I'll need a new gasket on there. It's looking a bit shot at that. Maybe I could make my own rubberized gasket somehow. It goes on there. These, I'm assuming, these two little things here were blanks, serving no purpose other than to stop the fuel from spilling out. There's a baffle in there as well, I did notice. You can't tell, but there is. It's about there and it splits it in half, stop the fuel. So it's a pretty good tank. Designed, obviously, I don't think it's a, what I'm trying to say is I don't think it's a handmade thing. I think it's, you know, or unless it's a custom made thing for that boat. There's the seam. Everything seems to be good. What's that there? That looks like it's been, that looks like it's been welded. That could have been another exit perhaps. Anyway, there we go. Oh, that's what I wanted to show you. That exhaust, that comes with it. Now, if you look closely, I'll show you that side there. If you look at that joint, if it'll focus, that joint is press fit. You can see where it's been, there's been a spot weld there, a spot weld there. It's not welded all the way along, and I could literally blow air through that there. That's the little escape for any condensation, but seriously, not good. There's most certainly no good for the inside of either a property or even, to be honest, even a workshop or anything like that. I don't think it's suitable, because it's you only need to look on YouTube and it's clearly shown that these are not good at all. They're okay for outside, but you know, definitely not inside, and most certainly no good for a boat. So if you've got one of these, I would seriously contemplate either changing it or putting a, well, I personally wouldn't have one anyway. So there we go. So I am going to, what time is it now? I've lost track of time. Not got my watch on today. 3:53. So I think I'll take this tank home with me. I'll just masking tape up these holes, and then I was going to clean me cars tomorrow, and I'll clean that tank out as well. And then that baby is on charge, and that should be pretty much ready to go for tomorrow, for lighting at least one of the engines that's going to be on this boat. So until then, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now. No, it's not a new day, and I've decided I'm going to clean. Well, I have been cleaning, as you can see. It's looking a lot better, because I thought if I'm going to be putting it in my car, I don't want it, you know, looking, well, dirty in my car, to be perfectly honest. So I thought I'd give it a bit of a clean up, and it's starting to take shape actually. It's looking good. So I thought I'd get my compound, which I didn't think was here. And I've got my buffer, and I thought, marvellous. I could buff it. Probably got too much compound on here, actually. So, bit of water. Most of that grime should come off. So much better. At least when it goes in, it'll look like it's been reconditioned, and it won't look old. It'll look, well, it'll look reconditioned. You can actually read the label better now, to be honest. There you go, you can read that yourselves. Although it doesn't look like that. Maybe it's a company that make... is it Italian? Do you know what? I think it's Italian. Nacional. Sounds it, doesn't it? Looks Italiano. Anyway, I'm going to crack out. I'm going to finish doing all the sides and then I'll call it a day. So, bye for now. Welcome to Friday the 3rd. I don't know what time it is. Well, it's 2 o'clock, so I don't know why it took so long to even look at the time, but it's 2 o'clock. And I'm pleased to say that we've got the gun. The heat monitoring gun has arrived from our friends in Amazon. No wonder Bezos has got the biggest yacht on the planet. Right, I've cleaned the battery as you've just seen, and we're going to get that up there, and then we're going to have to sort of temporary rig it up to that heater somehow. And I'm sure I've got some connectors that are extendable connectors that slots on here with some prongs that you can put some cables on. I'm pretty sure of it, so I'm going to hunt those down, and I think they are over there in a cupboard that I very rarely go into because, well, I've had loads to do on the boat, and what's in that cupboard has not really affected what I needed to do on the boat. But we're getting to the point now where those doors will be open on a regular basis because we're dealing with engines, we're dealing not just a heater engine, no, we're dealing with the big engine. Well, that's going to be next, together with the tank that is at my house now, ready to be jet washed. And what else is there? Well, whatever there is, the first thing is we're going to make that boat warm, and it's going to get fired up today. So without further ado, I'll get my ducks in a row, you get yourself prepared with a fire extinguisher, and oh, well, I'll see you aboard. Welcome aboard. It's definitely the final countdown now because I've got everything here that I require. I've got the diesel, I've got the crimpers, I've found these, which is what I wanted. Those are really good. I'll show you what they, you probably already know, but fairly new to me. And I think they're good. We've got the gun to check the temperature. We've got the fire blanket to throw over it while I'm escaping. We've got a bit of water there, just in case there's a bit of a panic goes on. We've got the freshly charged battery. We've got the fuel tank all wired up. So we've got everything we need. So I'm going to just put you there. And there you go, you see, you can see everything. I'm just going to get rid of this cable. Sandbags, let's see. Right, so I think the first thing to do is we need to connect these babies up. Which is the positive? That's the positive. So that goes on there like so. Marvellous. And that goes on there like so. Marvellous. Perfect. So we need a little bit of something to go over that, which will be called a spanner. I've got them here somewhere. don't know what size this will be. Where does that live? 1/2 inch lives in there. Oh, I hope it's not a 5/16. These are obviously going to be metric, aren't they? Oh, that'll do. That'll do. Which way is it to tighten? That way. Oh, come on. Bit awkward place to... It's not working properly, that. Right, I'll connect these up properly. You're getting bored, I can hear you, and I'll be back. Bear with me. Right, we're connected. So what I like about these is, of course, you can, you know, safely connect various things to it, and everything's all neat. So I would definitely recommend them. I think they were about £7 or £8 off Amazon, and you actually get 4 of them, so that's good. Right, so I can't delay it any longer. I'm going to put some fuel in it and then switch this thing on. We got a good place for you to see? I think so. In fact, what we'll do is we'll test the scenario out that it's empty and it needs filling. I got you in situ there, yes, okay. So imagine you're sailing away and then you want the diesel and you check it and you go, I'm out of fuel, I need some fuel. So I would say that I would simply slide that out, put that down there, get my filler of diesel, safely without spilling any, hopefully, fill this thing with a certain amount of diesel. Don't think there's going to be enough to fill it, but it's definitely enough. There we go. Well, so far so good. Lid back on. And then place it back in its hole. So you can actually see quite comfortably. If I was down in here and looking, I could see quite clearly how much fuel we've got in there. So that's all good. Right. God, here we go. I have no idea how this thing works, but I'm imagining, judging by what I've seen on the internet, is that it will need to oh, is that on? I think it is. 11 Celsius, is that it? So we go. Right. Now, we've got to purge it. We've got to purge it. Now, how the hell do we purge it? Do we press OK? I think I might have to get the... I might have to have a look at the instructions. Should have looked at them really, but at least that's working. Yes, I need to see which button I have to press in order to purge it, make that thing work. Stay tuned, guys. Right, I've switched it on. And it was doing nothing apart from a fan going off, and then all of a sudden that pump started. So that is literally just starting to fill up there. So it's got to go all the way around and all the way up to there. So it's got a while before it's going to get anywhere. Don't think. Although the pump stopped now. Oh, started up again. Oh, there we are. You can just see it now going round. So we're going to have to wait. God. And you can see that. It's not very bright, and I daren't touch anything because I don't want to switch it off. Anyway. The fuel is getting pumped round ever so slowly. Crikey, we'll be here all night. Right, I'll let you know further developments. Stay tuned. Okay, so from what I gather is that it pumps. Obviously it's got a way to go, so it pumps away for a bit and then it stops, then it pumps again and then it stops, and then it shuts itself down. So you've just got to, when it shuts itself down, you've got to restart it and allow it to go through the process again. As you can see, the fuel is all the way around, but it's not got to that end yet. So somewhere along here it's pumped, so we haven't got that far to go yet. But I think it's just one of those things you've just got to take your time and allow it to prime itself, and not be in too much of a hurry. I think that's the case, assuming that pump decides to work again. Should do. So that's where we're up to at the moment. We've got to wait. Once it gets up to that pump, then I'll switch you back on and then we'll see, or hopefully we'll hear it roar into life, assuming that that's what it does. I've got no idea. Anyway, stay tuned. Any minute now. You can just see it going into that black pipe now. Right, well, oh, E2. No idea what that means. Well, it's pumped up. Do I need to look at my instructions again? Don't know where I put him. So we've got E2 on the screen now. No idea what that means. I thought it would just fire up, but it hasn't. But I'll be back. I can smell something. It's definitely wanting to fire, but do you know what the problem is? The battery. Because I've kept using it and using it and using it, it's killed the bloody battery, hasn't it? I've put it on charge, but I've just watched the voltage and it's flashing the battery. Can you see? It's flashing the battery. So all that charging, you see, it's not a good battery anyway, because it was off one of the MGs. So, but I can smell it definitely fired up, and then it's just died. In fact, where's my gun? Where's that gun? Check the temperature to see whether it did actually fire up. 15.4. Yeah, definitely fired up. Only for a split second it fired. I can actually smell the burning off of the newness. So unfortunately, I don't think I can get this to fire up until this battery's charged, which means that I'll have to come back. I'll have to come back tomorrow. I think that's all I can do. I'm determined to get this thing working and get this video on. So maybe that's the case. Maybe I might just have to come back tomorrow. This battery should survive a boost up tomorrow. I'll leave it on trickle feed, and then well, we'll take it from there. God, I'm mad about that. Unless I've got another battery, mind you, they'll be dead. Dear me. See, I've got the original leisure battery over there, but that's definitely toast, I'm sure of that. It's definitely not going to hold any charge. Right, okay, there's no point talking about it. There's nothing I can do at this stage, apart from come back tomorrow. So stay tuned, guys. It's one of them. I just realised I got my Top Don jump starter. It's a booster. I reckon if I use that booster, that should give us enough juice to crank her up, but more importantly, allow her to cool down again. All I want to do is see that temperature reading go up, and if I get that temperature reading to go up, then I'm going to class that as a win. And I can get this on Tinternet. Put that on there, and that on there. Thinking that might just give us enough. Keep that on 12 volts on there. Gone down to 11, 10, 9. Will it work? Come on, you can do it. Need to hear the pump though, that's for sure. It's holding at 8 volts. Got the pump. Come on. Got some heat. No heat yet, guys. In fact, what we should do... What? We heard something. Oh, it's me pressing the trigger. Right, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's get that like that. Let's see if we've got... So it's 12. Is that going up? Can you see that? I can feel warmth. We've got warmth. %. We've got warmth. Fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, really have got warmth. Look what's coming out of there. Like a chuffer train. Lean you over. Wow, that's puffing out now. Right, so we check some temperatures. (34 Celsius). What's that in Fahrenheit? 93. Exhaust. Let's try that. (64). 80 degrees. 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah. Let's check down here. There's a bit of smoke down here. See, a bit of smoke. (197 Fahrenheit). Mind you, that's coming out the burner though, isn't it? Check that. Well, definitely see. Now on round the back of here where it's naked, 290, I need to check with my hand to see if there's any part that's cold, that's cold, that's okay to touch. Temperature are we up to? Doesn't really say, but we're holding at 9 volts, which is okay. Wow, that's lovely. Oh, it's beautiful coming out of there. As you can see, there's no more smoke, so everything that was inside there is obviously burnt off now. Where there's a will, there's a way. And a good old booster has done it again. Oh yes, I can feel it. Oh, I'll tell you what I have got, as you know, me being safety conscious and all that. That is my actually, let's switch that on. That's my carbon monoxide thingy-me-jig. Obviously there's carbon monoxide in the air because we, well, we've cranked it up, haven't we? Where was the box for that? There's a little paddle that you can switch the thing on, and I've got one for in here because don't forget it's going to have let's just set you up there. Don't forget it's going to have a cover over it, so switch that on. I don't know what the situation is with it, whether it sets itself. And I've got the same one for inside the boat as well. Position yet to be decided. Obviously, if that's going to be in a low lying area, then I think possibly we should have, if we're lying here asleep, here and here, then carbon monoxide poisoning will start to fill up from the lower edge first, won't it? So possibly before it reaches our mouths, if that's the case, then I think possibly we should have this low down here somewhere, possibly, so it picks up the alarm, maybe over there somewhere. So yes, I'm trying to cover all bases here, but the most important thing, oh, that's so toasty warm, and that's actually quite palatable, that. You know, I was thinking, do I need to have this raised off the deck? But at the moment everything seems to be okay. That's running quite quietly. I mean, I might put some sound deadening and stuff down. How are we doing for the machine? The machine is running at 70 degrees. It's a little bit on the, it's just warm around this zone. The air's being sucked in that. Oh, the air's obviously coming from over there. What's that temperature now? 77 coming out the boat. So temperature wise, oh, that's actually quite cold. So that double sleeved is working very well by the look of it. Let me try that temperature. So the exhaust as it's exiting the boat is near just 78 degrees, so that's okay. And down here obviously is 282 degrees. That is hot. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to end this episode because it's working successfully. Brilliant. and I'm going to check all around, and I'm going to shut it down properly, because apparently you just can't just shut these things down. I don't want the battery to die on us for this very reason. I don't want it to shut down, because it'll just, well, it'll just melt it. So I'm going to shut it down before the battery dies on us, and it can naturally shut down properly. But thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. This has been a long-winded one, and we've had problems with it being over on the right, and now we've moved it over to the left. But do you know what? Yet again, we have solved a problem, and we've got it working. So I can sort of half put this to bed now and move on to the next job. So have a lovely Easter, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks a lot. Bye for now.